It's episode 8 of season 7 of the Northstars Show. Welcome back. I'm your host, Bruce Krentz. Behind the camera, we didn't think we'd ever see him again, but Vegas let him go. Spent more money on beer than bail. Life is good for Paul Anderson. Coming up on the show today, we're going to have a talk with Coach James Buchanan coming up right after this segment. 1 minute with Jamie Valentino, and I do a talk with Mike Bourgon, the pre-novice director and one of the novice coaches, talking a little bit about the little kid shootout at the Northstar games and how excited the kids are, what goes on behind the scenes. It's not as easy as just like having some kids show up. There's a little bit of work to it. So good to talk to him. Hunter Rambo's right here with me right now. Hunter, you were down at the games on the weekend. Man, we had a bunch of close calls, but still didn't quite get a win. Can you tell us what just happened here?
Okay, our first game on Friday was against Pembina Valley. We lost 5-2. Goals by Jamie Valentino and Hunter Rambo.
Shorty?
Yeah, shorthanded.
How'd that go?
Defense kind of messed up at the point, poked it past it, went on a breakaway, then goalie misplayed it, came out of his net, and I just skated around and put it in. Beautiful.
Comedy of errors. We were kind of hoping you went cheddar, but okay, we'll take that.
Next game was against Pembina Valley. Lost 6-5. We were up 5-2, and then, I don't know, things fell apart in the third period, lost 6-5.
Bummer. Goal scorers, Taguna, Much, Howard, Reed, Babesco. Actually, Keeson Saunders, big game, eh? How'd he look?
Good, actually, getting lots of assists. He has like 9 assists, I think.
He's throwing it around. That's what you got to do. It's a team game.
And our last game was against the Thrashers. We lost 4-3. Goals by Howard, Berard, and me again.
Nice. Was that one a little prettier or
it was
more garbage?
It was a bit nicer. Came around the net, skated, put it between the defensemen, then went around the goalie and put her in.
On a nice assist from Johnny Rockets by the sounds of things. Jamie Valentino, we're going to get him on 1 minute with, but he had a pretty good weekend too.
Right.
I'd say, from the looks of things. You? Or was it just all luck, really?
No, he had a really good weekend. Got some goals, got some nice assists.
Nice. Just before we let you go, did it feel like you were playing with all these teams? I mean, the scores show that, but we weren't there to see the games. Were they close games all around?
Yeah, I think we should have won the Pembina Valley and Thrashers game for sure. Just mental breakdowns caused us some bad goals.
It seems like a sad story. It's like Groundhog Day. We're playing 50 minutes instead of 60 and just not getting the wins.
Yeah, basically.
Sad story. Ever heard of the Snow Day podcast?
No, I never have.
No?
I'll say yes.
Yeah, just go with yes. That's okay. So me and a few of my buddies have a podcast that we put together, and the very last episode was on the Tragically Hip. So I'm wearing the hip shirt under the coat today. Plus, still another shout out to Gord Downey, passed away a little while ago, and that's a heartbreaker for me and a lot of my friends. So check it out. We're on iTunes, Snow Day Pod. Take a look for it. Hunter Rambo, thanks for telling me what just happened here. My interview with Coach James Buchanan is coming right up, right here on the Northstars Show. Joining me now is Coach James Buchanan. Coach, we're on the bench right now. We've actually done the whole show from the bench. Paul's used to that because he had a career as a backup goalie, and I've spent my fair bit of time right here in the middle of the bench as well.
Well, we're pretty close to my home spot too.
Yeah, exactly. We're basically right there. Before we get into the weekend, Movember, you got the best stash on the team right now?
Oh, by far.
By
far. I mean, Cody's trying to do a little bit of work, but it's coming in slow for him.
It's weak. Paul's got the pretty good stash. I got nothing. I gave up on this whole thing a couple years ago. It was just so embarrassing. It just wasn't worth it. The wife didn't like it. I mean, what's the point? We got Jamie Valentino coming up. Looks like he's working on something, but it's pitiful. He's not going to win that one. Not even close.
No, he's got a little bit of growing to do before he's in the mix.
got a lot of bit of growing to do before he's in the mix. What do we talk about? Let's just kind of bounce back on the weekend. It looked like no wins, but a lot of really close games. I mean, we didn't see them, but from what I saw on paper, it was a pretty good weekend.
Yeah, we were down in Morden for 2 games there. Friday, Saturday night, we played the Pembina Valley Hawks. We got outworked a little bit. Well, we gave up 3 quick ones really in that Friday night game, and then had a tough time coming back. But I mean, after the first 8 or 9 minutes of that hockey game, it was a dead heat for the rest of it. And then, we came out the next night, Saturday night, and we dominated them for the first 40, 42 minutes and then let it slip away in the end, unfortunately. And then, we got into a really nice battle with Winnipeg Thrashers on Sunday afternoon in Winnipeg there. And, that game was back and forth, really high-paced, good hockey game. And, we had our looks, they had our looks, and unfortunately we came out on the wrong side of the draw. But all in all, it was a really promising weekend for us moving forward. We got 2 and 3 lines clicking and generating offense, and the penalty minutes are way down, which was nice to see. So, a lot of positives coming out of the weekend.
For sure. When I checked online, I was shocked. I refreshed 2 or 3 times at the number of penalties. There was almost none. It was crazy, and for both sides, but great news for our guys.
Yeah, no minor penalties in the game with the Thrashers on Sunday. I don't think I've ever seen that happen in my career, so that was a really nice one to see. And even the games in Pembina Valley, I think we only took 2 or 3 minors on Friday night, and there were a few more on Saturday night that... Anyway, yeah.
Numbers were low, and 2 for 3 on the PP in the one game too. So taking advantage of the chances for sure.
Yeah, that's always nice to have your power play generate, especially when you're not seeing too many looks. To get them out there a little bit cold and click right away was nice to see.
Very good. Blues and Golds from the weekend. We've touched on them, but anything else, Blues? Anything you want to see these guys do better against Southwest?
Well, we got to hold on to the lead. That's a couple times now that we've let leads in third period slip away. So I mean. Right now for us, it's refining and making sure that we have that intensity right through to the end of the hockey game because, the past couple of weeks, we've been right there in hockey games come the end of the game and we haven't seemed to find the way to make that final last push to get the victory, but, it's coming, so we're right there.
We'll get there. In Golds, 3 lines clicking. What else was looking good?
Well, we had multiple point weekends from a number of guys. Who was there? Sheldon Howard had a bunch. Keaston Saunders had a whole bunch of assists this weekend. Henry Much was contributing all over the ice. It was really nice to see all of those guys clicking. The penalty minutes down, that's a big gold. We just need to get the ultimate gold here. That's what we're looking for.
Get a win. We've got Calm Air Night on Friday night, so hopefully we've got lots of fans in the stands and lots of noise to help encourage the guys. Other than 60 minutes of hockey, one last thought for what we can do to get over the top here?
Well, more pucks to the net is always going to help us. Looking at our shots this year versus last year, we're giving up fewer. We're getting pretty close to the same, but the shots against are promising, but we need to work on getting a couple more pucks to the net and get a little bit to traffic there to get the greasy ones going in for us, and we'll do it however we can get them.
For sure. Floodgates are going to open. We can just feel it. 2 games against Southwest coming up this weekend. Thanks, Coach.
Anytime.
This is a minor hockey moment here on the Northstars Show. A little early maybe for the Christmas fire, but we're with the deputy. So Mike Bourgon joining me today. Mike, your role with minor hockey this year is the director of pre-novice. Yep. And you're coaching in novice. Just before we get into some of the pre-novice stuff and the tie into the Northstars, how many years have you been coaching with us now?
3 years, so 2 years in pre-novice, and then this will be my 3rd year as novice.
And so far, loving it with the little guys?
Oh, it's the best age group ever. Brings me back to when I was that age, just remembering how much fun it is to go out on that ice. And you see it in their eyes every day. It's great.
It's great. And you know what? We've said it kind of on the show before, but I sometimes I feel like we don't take seriously enough how important that is. And I know you're kidding around a little bit that it takes you back to being a little kid, but I mean, so much development happens with those young kids, and oftentimes it's no slam to them, but it's parents that haven't played much, or we're cajoling volunteers in because they're not into it, right? And I think it's really important that we work with those little kids.
Absolutely. And you know what? You take a lot of pride in it. There's nothing better than seeing the kid come out on the ice. They're ready to go, first time, got their brand new gear on, got their new mouth guard in. They can't talk, you can't understand them. They come out and they fall flat on their face, right? And you pick them up within 3 practices. They're skating, they're scoring, they're shooting, right? And that's when they're really developing the love of the game. And we see that for them, the past 3 years anyway. And it's just fantastic. They can't wait to come to hockey, right? They look at you like you're just a god in their eyes, right? You're their coach, like, wow. And it's just great.
They've hit the big time, way better than the second year of Bantam and beginning of novice when midget when they're jaded, they're angry, they stink, they're teenagers. Seen that?
Sometimes the little kids stink. It's a different kind of stink.
Yeah, exactly. So do the men sometimes. Are you still playing or retired?
You know what? I'm playing some noon hour hockey with the RCMP and firefighters. Other than that, that's pretty much it for now. So again, being busy with the kids, by 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night, I'm ready for bed. So.
For Sure. That's a good group at lunchtime, though, actually, those guys.
Yeah.
It looks like a lot of fun. So we got the pre-novice and the novice stuff that happens with the North Stars. Let's talk first maybe a little bit about the shootout. So I think most people that have been to a North Star game have seen it, but talk us through it and what goes on behind the scenes to get those kids with the love of the game. They get to finally play in front of the big crowd. How do we get them out there?
Yeah, sure, yeah. So this year, the pre-novice kids, so we got two teams. We got the Bruins and we got the Habs. Good little rivalry we got going, so
Yeah,
it's
imagine
perfect.
that.
Yeah, no fighting though. No brawls yet.
Not yet.
Still early in the year. But anyway, so what we do is obviously the coaches, they get together and so we've got a list of the kids and they try to make sure that every kid gets on at least once throughout the year. So Friday nights one team does it, Saturday nights the other team does it. When their name gets called that weekend, they know and their eyes light up again like we talked about, and they're going to play an NHL game, I'm telling you. It's great. So they get ready. So they come at the start of the game, they watch a little bit of North Stars. At this point, they start getting a little nervous, right? They're starting to get a little bit into it. And then they go out on the ice, and in their minds, I mean, they're doing the Savardian spinorama, right? Top shelf, slap shot. I mean, they did the move. They did the move. And by the time it's done, everyone high fives them when they're coming off the ice. And yeah, you got 48 Pavel Datsyuks throughout the year. So no, it's fantastic. And again, it's all about the joy in them and the fun. And in their minds, they are going a million miles an hour, and they are in Game 7. Well, I guess there's no shootout in Game 7, but let's call it a penalty shot. Game 7, Stanley Cup Finals, and they're making it happen. And I don't know why, but for some reason, they put it past the goalie almost every time.
Insert joke here about how many games we've lost this year. We're not blaming the attendees. We'll back off on that. No, I totally get it. And we've also got the novice one. We got the kids coming out and playing. So you line that up as well? At the North Star games, are we doing the little kids game? What do you call that?
No, just this year. It's just the shootout at the intermission. Yeah, we're not doing little kids game this year. No.
I got to come to more games. I got to come to more games.
Yeah. We may do that if we run out of shooters, but yeah, no. We've done that
I just host a show. I don't go to the games.
That's all right. That's okay. Yeah.
It happens. Just a little quick thing on novice too. I know we talked about it a little bit earlier on the show, but the novice group has gone to this three-quarter ice idea, and we were talking a little bit about this earlier today about just having the kids coming on and off. And so, how's the three-quarter thing going so far?
Oh, you know what? I like it personally. Hockey Manitoba, Hockey Canada, they got together and they came up with these rules. Twice the amount of puck touches, a little bit of a faster game for the kids, have a little more less time to make a decision, see a little bit more passing. The end of our last game, we sat and we talked with the refs, and the refs said, the only thing that was missing was the one kid that had 40 breakaways.
Yeah.
And it's a fact.
And that's what we were trying to get rid of, in a way.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And all the kids are touching the puck. Everyone's getting chances. Everyone's shooting. Everyone's having fun. I'm not the one that makes the rules. I follow them, and I like this rule, so it's good, yeah.
It's a beauty. Thanks for volunteering. Are we going to see you at the Manitoba games? I know you got the sweatshirt on. I got the sweatshirt on. It's almost like our sister show here, so we're plugging it a bit. March 4th to 10th, games are going on. We got some hockey, a little bit older than what you're working with, but can we hope to see you out there?
I'll absolutely be out there. I haven't signed up for anything yet. I won't until we come closer to it and they start really recruiting volunteers, but I'll be out there for sure, yeah.
Yeah, we need lots of volunteers. Actually, we're going to need lots the time of too, right? So that you're certainly not behind the eight ball. The address is right here. It's www.manitobagames.ca. You can volunteer there. Mike Bourgon, pre-novice, novice, thanks for joining me.
Hey, thank you. Thanks for having me.
This is 1 minute with. This time I've got Jamie Valentino joining me. Jamie, this is a nice throwback for us because we haven't really done just the 1 minute with one guy for a while, so I'm kind of looking forward to this. Before we do that, a bit of a breakout weekend for you. Maybe we could say got a few points. How do you think things went? You were playing with Rambo and Much most of the weekend. Is that the scoop?
I was with Rambo and Sheldon, but our line did pretty good actually. All three of us got 3 or more points, but we could have been a bit better on defense, obviously.
Because no wins equals everybody should have been a little bit better on defense. It's a team game. Any of the goals stand out for you, or any of the plays you setting guys up, the three of you, or just a good weekend, a little bit of chem going for you?
We just all kind of clicked. That's all. I got a goal and 2 assists.
Nice, that's how it's going. And same thing, I noticed that Howard did well too, and it's nice to see him kind of, I won't say break out because he's a pretty strong player, but good for all of you guys for sure. Paul, can we put 1 minute on the clock? 1 minute, here we go. First question, what do you want for Christmas?
Money.
Just gift cards or straight up money?
Both. That's all, yeah.
Anything that you can turn into good stuff.
Yeah,
I,
basically.
I like that. Have you read a book lately?
No.
So me asking you what's the last book you read?
Oh. Well, we just read some Shakespeare book in English.
Do you know the name of it?
Just
some Shakespeare book.
The 12th Night.
12th Night, all right. Not bad. Diary of a Wimpy Kid. When's the last time you read one of those?
Grade 5? I don't know.
All right. Not bad. After having a little bit of success here, who do you think's the best Valentino brother as a North Star? You can pick yourself.
I don't know. I'd say Justin. He had the better first year.
Yeah, he might have had a better first year. Jord was strong at the end, though.
That's true.
That's a pretty dirty spot to put you into, especially they're probably coming home for Christmas.
Yeah.
So you're gonna get the beat.
Probably.
Okay. Everybody's the same. Let's go with that. Just the same what your mother says when she's around. I love them all the same. When you're not there, the answer is different sometimes, for sure. But how about if you haven't read a book lately, what's the last movie you watched?
I don't even know. I can't say.
Nothing?
I don't remember.
I don't mind that. Doesn't mean means you're not spending too much time on watching TV. How about what's your favorite breakaway move?
Backhand. Fake forehand, then go backhand.
Coincidentally, and I'm not even buttering you up, my favorite breakaway move too. I don't get many, and so don't get many chances to use it. And along the same kind of lines, favorite celly, when you score an OT to get us our first win, what celly are you going to go with?
Honest, sweep the ice probably.
Yeah,
Just a little.
Just throw it back to that. Yeah. None of this glove on the glass and the Timo Solani. No, we're not doing any of that kind of stuff. I don't mind that. How about favorite roomie when you're on the road? Who's one of the guys that you like to share a room with?
Well, I'm in a room with Henry and Lance. They're both pretty quiet, so I'd like them both. They're both pretty good.
Pretty solid roomies. Keeps you on the straight and narrow. Mm-hmm. I like that. And who do you think is on social media on the team the most? Who can't get away from their phone?
Henry.
No
doubt about it. Henry.
Quick answer.
Yeah, definitely.
I hope you're not there too much, but what's your favorite social media?
Twitter.
Beautiful. I love it. And you know what? We got to finish off with this one because we have been quite a bit lately. This has been way more than 1 minute. But black tape or white?
White.
Always. Although, you know what? I switched over to this black tape that I got from a little kid thing with like Chevy. It's got inspirational things on it, like determination and courage. Okay. It's been working for me.
If I don't have a good game, I'd switch to black, though. Just kind of rotate through.
A little bit superstitious on the good games. I like it. That's way more than 1 minute with Jamie Valentino. His mom loves them all the same. Episode 8 of Season 7 is all in and done. This is the Northstars Show. Hey, Southwest's coming to town this weekend, and it's Calm Air Night on Friday, so come on down. First 500 people through the door get a free noisemaker, and there are draws for free flights from Thompson to Winnipeg. So come on down, cheer on the Northstars. Still looking for our first win, but we're going to get it. We're going to get it this weekend. I want to thank Coach James Buchanan for his thoughts. 1 minute with Jamie Valentino. Good to talk to him. We had Hunter Rambo on the opening telling us just what happened here. Pretty bit of a breakout weekend for a few different North Stars, so nice to see some different names on the score sheet. And what am I missing? Norman Wolves are in town this weekend as well, so come on down, cheer them on. They'll be playing Saturday night and Sunday morning. Our games go Friday night and Saturday night as usual. Mike Bourgon, too, on the show. He was 1 minute with our novice director and involved with pre-novice as well. Come on down, cheer on the guys on Friday and Saturday night. I'm Bruce Krentz, and this is the Northstars Show.